taking a ride. Thought I'd let y'all go with us. Long Lewis. This is kind of our neck of the woods. If you want a little hint. I know a lot of people may know where we are. We're right behind this camera. I'm proud to be an American. Where? Okay, here we go. We'll be there in a second. Brad wanted to go here. They're not open yet, but that's okay. I thought about looking for a tree stand here, but I don't think they have anything here like that. This is field and stream, and they would have to be field, stream, and woods to have a tree stand. So we may just leave. I've already had enough. Just kidding. They are open. I was looking at this sign, reserved for expecting mothers. I guess if you don't have any kids yet, you can't park here because you're not a mother. So if it's your first baby, you can't park there. That's only for mothers, existing mothers. I'm done. We went in there and left. I want to show you that I got the bearded one real quick. It may be too close to the camera because I got it zoomed, but I got a knife. A knife. It's a bench-made Grizzly Ridge. He didn't know it, so don't tell him. So now we're gonna slip around while the I think my thing's about to break off. I know I'm not finishing my sentences. Because I thought my camera mount was about to break off. But maybe not. Well, let's go. We'll go find somewhere to eat now.
So, yeah, there's lots of stuff around. There's nooks and crannies all over the place.
There's a bunch of stuff in the crooks and nannies. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. I think you go to the standard Chick-fil-A down here. Everybody likes Chick-fil-A. But we kind of wear this place out. We go here way too often. This is just a cruise around the hood. In case you're wondering where the playground is. I meant to turn left back there. Now there used to be a pretty impressive Christmas thing in the hood over here when I was a wee little me. But I don't know, it might not have been me after all. My bride is sitting next to me, but the store, I can't remember where it was. I was little, my grandmother used to take us, and it had all these Christmas things set up. It was like Sears, back when Sears was big and going strong. And it was like a little enchanted forest. Or ink-handed for those who, you know, celebrate every letter. But all the little mannequin things moved and the music sang and all this other stuff. But they may not have been right here. Maybe back there. So. I was gonna take y'all. We ran into a Salvation Army thrift store up here. And I was gonna take you inside just to show it to you. It's pretty neat and cleaned up, but the problem is the music. You feel like you gotta stop and cry just because of the music for some reason. And we love the Lord, but I've never been a big fan of the pop Christian music, if you want to be honest. You're not wanting to be honest, I'm being honest. You walk in there and your whole demeanor changes. You start going into this almost a I don't know. It's weird. It's like, come on. All right, here we go. Oh, okay, maybe not. This is a little side detour. You just tell me where to go.
Okay.
Directions.
Okay.
She's gonna take me to her favorite spot. This is a little side road. I know there's kind of a change of scenery all of a sudden. And I'm gonna turn it off right before we pop out on the main road up here. But if you live in this area, you know where this is. If you don't live here, then you could care less where this is. This is the last part. There's the one bird that still lives in Birmingham. I'm just kidding, there's more birds. Here it is, her favorite stomping rice. But they're not open yet. But it's not long to enjoy the flavors. We're gonna put this wagon right here. There we go. Ooh, he opened the door. I wonder if that means it's officially time. Now this creek is, let me adjust here. This was the ultimate goal. I want to say, this creek is embarrassing. This is straight up city side in the heart of the fight. I usually take you to a lot of outer city creeks. This one is one of the worst around and most polluted out in Alabama. Now, not this spot, but what this feeds into. And of course, it's all the same when it's feeding around. I forgot to check my timepiece because that's the time. Got to pick up my bride. Hang on a second. This is not the best spot to go in. I've been here many times in different areas. The problem is everybody can pull right off the side of the road and throw junk in the creek. And I had someone actually email me trying to find out where that creek was in San Antonio went in. And I don't remember where it was, but even in somewhere as big as Texas, a lot of the creeks look like this in most cities. It's kind of a shame. So anyway, now that we're here, we'll go look around for something. It's too deep out there before. That's even too deep for waders. So we'll start around the island. There are a lot of mussels in here, which is good. And there are animals in here. So that's good. But there's little bottom dwelling suckerfish, that's good. But this is not water that you want to put inside your mouth and swallow into your body at all. It's tough when you get around a city because everything in a certain watershed, if there's a city in the middle of it, you're going to get every piece of extra trash that goes anywhere is going to go to the waterways. And it's going to make its way down to the major rivers, creeks like this. And they're going to make their way eventually to the Gulf. And one good thing about the Gulf is salt water is pretty impressive when it comes to kind of remediating itself. It's like after the big oil spills and all that they had, you know, they say that so many years later you can't even tell it happened, except for what it did to wildlife. Now that's traumatic, but the sand and water and all that kind of gets back to the way it was. It doesn't make it okay, and I'm not trying to have a debate about it, but We'll just kind of snoop around in here. You can see all the shells, all the mussels in the bottom. We'll just kind of snoop around. And over the past couple of years, I've looked at so many aerial photos of this area. There was not a lot going on in this area back in the early 1900s, since it was mostly just woods and farmland. Let me know if I miss anything. Besides beer bottles. Now this thing rages like everything else when the waters get high, and everything up here is underwater. So we're just gonna meander. It's time for the snakes to be back out. If this was a section of creek I was responsible for, there would be cameras up, because when you pull off the road to go to this, you can see where people stop and dump their trash. And this is a kind of an influential part of town when it comes to people having money in their pockets. We might not get very far. I forgot to turn in the depths. But the main river that this flows into is the one that's so polluted. It's so polluted that before you break out your kayak and go get in it, and I've talked about it before, or anything else, you're supposed to get on the website and look at pollution levels. And believe it or not, they tell you whether or not it's a good day to go or not. To me, it's always been a sign never to go. So rather than just sidewalking, this is about the extent of what you'll ever get to see of this with me. I've tested a lot of creek waters before, long before I was putting my videos on YouTube. And they all turn up okay. Of course, you don't want to drink any running water like this anyway, even if it was Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. But you can see all the mussels and all the snails, the creek snails, they're everywhere. So it's kind of hanging in there a little bit. It gets a little prettier when you get down in here. Once you get past the major pieces of trash. Now there's a tire. This is not my bottle creek either, which it's not far from here. I gotta get out and walk the bank a little bit. And maybe not. Yeah, I'm getting close I'm putting my boots to the limit. I'm still stumbling along the bank. You can see where I came from. It's kind of tough. You kind of gotta smash your feet into the corners so you don't slip and fall to the bottom. I'm trying to get us out in the middle right there, but I've stirred it up so much we may not be able to see anything until we head back. We'll go to this side. When we walk back, we'll go on the bank. That may be a different video depending how far or how long this one turns into. Need to adjust your line of sight. Hold on for a little noise. That wasn't so bad. I want to show you something in a minute, or tell you something in a minute when I get stopped in a spot where I'm not going to fall. Crack my crown. So far, no creek treasures. Now I need to be crossing because the water hits that bank, so it gets a little deeper. So we'll walk this edge once I get over here. This is more stand up and hang on, so I gotta turn off the old looking glass. Well, I'll keep it on. I do have my waders with me, but I've got to hang them up when it gets real hot outside and fill them full of water because I've got leaks in both of them. Okay, now we need to get out in the shallows. Around right here for any lodged incredible artifacts. I wonder what those pipes are. I can't get to those. I kind of want to know too, even though my left boot's getting water in it. There's a baseball. A few beaver sticks. The big poured concrete wall. Let's get down here to this other little islandette. You can look the whole side, the whole bank, even the terrace looking things down there are all concrete. There's a pole a la fishing. I wonder if there's a reel on the other side. Hey, this could be like the chain video. Found a fishing pole. What's on the other side? Hang on, I got a message upon my device. Okay, you want to see? That's a big old pole. Almost appears to be like an ugly stick. Here we go. Prepare to make fun of my digging again. That thing's really buried. I'm trying to do this. Ooh, it is on there. What do you think? Monster Zeb, that's the whole rod and reel. I think we're gonna have to harvest after we wash. It's been on there a couple days. You ready to guess what kind of reel it is? Shakespeare. There it is. We'll pick it up on the way back if we decide to harvest. Maybe we can leave it here for somebody else. I don't know. Let's just keep cruising along. What does that say? H and I don't know what that says. Sometimes when you wet a bottle, it makes it even more difficult to read, and it did. H&A Gilly Limited. I can't carry all this trash out here with me, so I'm not. We may harvest it. It says gin on the bottom. I don't know if it's old. If it's not, we'll put it in the garbage on the way back. We'll just sit it right here. Well, I need to, in case I walk the bank, I need to uncap it and empty it and put it in my man purse, don't I? Okay, I dumped it. It is upon the man purse. Forgot to put my looking glass back on. It's the only way to see the bottom. Okay, that's not concrete. My oops on that one. Again, this is not a kid's play zone creek. I can't read it. Dothan, Alabama, Bato. Ah, man, I gotta walk in the bank. And maybe not. We're in an old bottle that pokes its head out of the side. Who'd have thunk that fenced in rocks were so beautiful, huh? Getting deep again. Yeah, we may have to get up on the bank now to finish the 3-hour tour. Or get on that side. I'm thinking. Let me think. I'm up on top now. You can see I'm level with the road across from me, and that's down in the hole we were. This is probably 25 feet up. So it just shows to go you how high the trash will get. Moons that were many ago, there was an old bottle dump in here. But the problem is, I don't remember where it was. So if you see it before I do, just let me know. Otherwise, we're going out of here with one modern gin bottle. Slow gin fizzy. I learned that from a song. I still haven't found it yet. Maybe it's here, around this corner. It was on an edge. I mean, if you had a home in here back during that day, it'd be overlooking this creek, which wasn't as big. There's now a lake built above it, so it was just a trickle before. I'm looking around. You're looking around. We're all looking around. So let's go back towards the moisture. All right, I didn't find it. So we're gonna head back. I turned off the camera and wandered around a little bit, and I don't see it. So we'll take the washout, which is right here, and head back. There's another large green. I think I've already carried one of those home. several moons ago. That's a modern winery, ain't it? Yes. I think that vine wrapped around that tree. It put the pinch on that. I don't think we'll be able to get down right here. It's gonna peek over the side. A lot of groundhog holes. Oh, we're gonna head back down right here. It's kind of like a dirty old slip and slide. It's all fine and fun and games till you slip and slide. Like that right there. All good. Broke my legs in half, but I'm okay. Man, that hurt my knee bones. This is where we'll start fresh, right here. We're gonna slow down on the water this time and look like we should be looking. I shouldn't like my bride's with me. She takes her time and looks and looks and looks and looks and looks. And I fly around like Dash. I got to thinking about a comment I made earlier, and since I don't edit, you saw it and heard it. It was about going in to thrift stores, and there's always Christian music playing, gospel, not gospel, but Christian music. It doesn't bother me. I just don't particularly like it. Not that it's wrong, because whatever is good, right? But I just don't picture all the, oh, there's another little, oh, that wasn't a suckerfish. All the disciples sitting around crying all the time and weeping and all this other stuff. Well, they did every now and then, but it wasn't their part of life, so. Anyway. Let's move along. There's nothing in here except up on the banks, all the floatable trash that didn't get down here. I guess my wagon's still there. I'm actually in a borrowed wagon today because mine is in the shop. So I really gotta hope it's sitting there when I get back. I'm kind of surprised we haven't found a small bottle just sitting around, but there are a lot of broken things. But no small bottles. Just the amounts of trash that get dumped in here is unbelievable. I mean, this is C&D waste, you know, if you're familiar with construction and demolition waste, just dumped. It's a shame. I've got to go back to the other side again and walk the mud zone because this is deeper on this side than I had anticipated. So we're gonna go back over here. Let's go back to the island and take our time. Just realized my battery's dead. I gotta change it. So if you didn't hear the end of that sentence, it's because there wasn't an end to it. Change my battery. See, is that a bottle? No, it's a brick. I thought it was a bottle. You know, they both start with B. Bottle and brick, so I thought that might be a bottle. Maybe we'll step up a little further under the bridge up there and see what people decided they didn't want anymore, that they just threw over into the creek. Hey, you know the chain video? I don't know if you watched it or if you're sick of it. Oh my goodness, I climbed out and forgot to go get my pole out off fishing. I'm not going back for that. A lot of people said it was a logging chain. I have yet to find a logging chain on the tube or on the internet, which is both the same, where the links are 3 inches, 3-inch links. So if you find one, send me the link, because that's what's missing, that particular link. There's a lot of fish in there. No wallets, no credit cards. So other than just littering, doesn't appear to be a lot of thievery going on. And we'll make it up here right under the bridge where all the rocks stop everything. They get thrown out of car windows. Thieves drive trucks too, so if that was offensive, I mean, if where thieves throw stuff out of their car and truck windows, I gotta make sure I cover all the bases. Here's some bigger fish right there. There's 2 basketballs up there. It looks like a big net, doesn't it? Not really, but if it did, it would. 2 basketballs are in it. Yeah, let's cross back over and we'll go up under there and look in that spot. I don't think I've ever brought you there before. I don't know if I've ever brought you here at all. Anybody remember this spot? Okay, so you do, but I was wondering what about everybody else. There's probably at least a 1-pound bass in there. And who knows what else. My left boot that leaked a little bit, or either I got water in the top, I've got on little short socks, and this water is polluted and it's rubbing a whole blister on the back of my foot. It's probably bleeding by now. So that's gonna be a good mix of blood and garbage. Maybe not. Listen, I gotta pay attention. I can't talk to you while I'm walking in this. This is slip down and fall zone. See? Man, my foot's stuck right there. I told you, don't be talking and walking. We gotta get up there to the end zone. That's where the lake is. Are you still looking? I just about fell again. I actually do better walking a little faster on this stuff than trying to tippy toe. A little further, come on. Yeah, you can't see anything in there. It's too deep. We'll go to the circle up there and peek around. You want me to turn the camera off? Hey, you can just fast forward if you want to get there before me. It just really shows that you can travel in time. If you want to beat me there, just drag the little bar to the right. And you'll already be there, but I'm still back here, so. This is rattlesnake territory in the summertime. I know I've never brought you up to this spot. Some other ones maybe. That is not a swimming hole. Do not be deceived. I'm trying to read that ball. The kickball. World Kickball Association. We might harvest that. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna get it. Okay, here we go. We're almost there. Okay, this is going to be my thumbnail. So if you want to go back and pretend like you've never seen the video, this will be the actual thumbnail. Have I ever brought you here before? Go ahead and tell me. There it is. I guess the travels are over. I'm going to take the hillside out, up and around, over and under to grandmother's house we go. So anyway, we tried, didn't we? We got that one goofy gin bottle. Thanks for watching my videos.